The topic of this video is an answer to, I think, the most asked question among the young men of our generation. How do I beat porn, sugar, video games, and drugs? I believe that those four are the main bosses of manhood. After you defeat them, after you are able to clear your mind and body out of their influence, you're ahead of 95% of young men of our generation, if not further. Yet I call them main bosses for a reason, because when you defeat them, you are in the top 5%. So 95% struggle with at least one of them. Defeating them is a very hard thing. And it was made for a reason. Modern world, modern companies want you to indulge in those bad habits because they weaken you. Because they make you fragile. And because they make you weak. And while the men, especially young men, the generation are weak, it's way easier to control the society. And that's what they want. And that's what we don't want. We don't want to be weak. Even though we have an intention of getting rid of those bad habits, it is still completely doable, but very hard. You know that. You definitely know that. It might be that you have struggled with at least one of these for the last years and couldn't deal with those. But there is a way. There is a way to defeat those. Because with any bad habit, anytime you indulge in it, before you had an urge to do it. And we will have thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of urges. It's the moment when you attack. It is the moment when you are able to protect yourself. The perfect moment, not later. I'd say even that not sooner, and I'll explain it later in the video. But that moment when you get the urge, the right moment when the urge comes, is the moment you can stop. At first, we have to protect your mind from that bad habit. So, anytime you get the urge now, you probably think about it. You think like, well, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't watch this porn video today. Maybe I can eat this candy today because, yeah, I've been good for the last 3 days, so maybe now I can. And you know, after this conversation with your own mind, you can be maybe not sure, but way more likely to indulge in a bad habit and relapse. That is a mistake of playing with that thought. Like, you have that thought about indulging in this bad habit and you think about it, analyze, like, should I or shouldn't I play with it? That's a mistake. Right after you realize that you have an urge, you have to put in a special system. If you are a bit of this into programming, you will know that. You will remember that. The system is when X, do Y. So, when I get a thought about doing a bad habit, about indulging in anything bad, it doesn't have to be out of those four. It can be something else that's wrong for you. But, you know, those four are the hardest to defeat, I believe. After you get a thought about doing it, you have to do a certain thing to stop it. Some people will tell you, hey, no, do 50 push-ups and you will be fine. But for some people it works, but I don't believe it is a good solution, because then your mind becomes untouched. And as we said, we want your brain, your mind to be protected, to be cleared out of this bad habit. And push-ups won't touch your brain as much. you have to make a thinking habit that anytime you get an urge about doing something wrong, you do like that. It was scientifically proven that your willpower is strengthened when you think about something positive, and positivity comes to your mind. So, as easy as it sounds to resist bad urges, think about good positive things. So, right now, I want you to promise to yourself that anytime you will think about playing a video game, watching porn, eating this ice cream, anything you want to get rid of, you will stop, like, not thinking. You can close your eyes and think about a positive memory. So let's say that I've got a thought about watching porn, and what now? I can close my eyes and I remember playing volleyball with my friends on sand. It was a great day because we spent like 3 hours playing volleyball, talking about things. A great day, a great memory, brings positivity and pleasure to my mind. And that's the perfect example. Those are the things that you should be thinking about, which bring positive, pleasurable memories. So, promise to yourself, not to me, but to yourself, that every time in the future you get an urge and you realize you have an urge, you stop analyzing it, stop thinking maybe I shouldn't indulge, and bring any positive memory to mind. It can be minor. It can be, I don't know, helping a younger woman getting out of the bus because she asked you to, and she said you have a good day after that. It can be something minor like that. It can be helping someone in store. It can be, I don't know, looking at the sun and it looking good. It can be petting a stray cat on the street. Anything that is pleasurable. In this matter, pleasure isn't hurting for you. In this matter, positive memories are the cure, the medication for those four bosses, for those bad habits. Of course you will fail. I want you to realize that you will get those urges tens of thousands times, if not more. You will not be able to resist them all. Especially at the very beginning. But with time, gradually. Let's say that now let's stay with porn because I think it's the hardest to quit. I've heard that more than half of young men of our generation have porn addiction, so it is pretty important. Let's say that in this month you've done it 16 times. And if you manage to do it 13 times next month, it's a very big progress. Then maybe 11 next month, then maybe 9, then maybe 6. After a couple of months of putting work towards leaving those bad habits. So anytime you get the thought, spending some time about reminiscing a positive memory, and it will be better for them to not to repeat. You are able to free yourself. I'm starting this journey myself with this solution, so it will probably get updated when I will be completely free out of those four. But it's not the end of the work. Freeing your mind is at the moment is one step. Step 2 is to protect your future you from the same thing, from the same mistake. So after you free your mind, quickly analyze without indulging your mind in it very much. Think what made you think in a certain way. And after you realize what was that, get rid of it out of your life. Destroy it. Destroy what gave you an urge. So you were scrolling through social media and you saw that girl, and that girl made you think about maybe watching porn. Block her. If she's your friend, maybe I'd still recommend blocking her, or at least unfollowing. Or maybe just don't. If you want to have her in your followers, maybe just reduce the time you spend on social media. It's another step, but step one would be blocking her, because next time you won't be able to see the picture that made you come with an urge. If it was, I don't know, maybe a music video on TV where girls were dancing pretty almost naked, because that's how some of music videos look right now. Change the channel and don't come back to the channel where such music is played, where such music videos are played. Maybe it was like conversation with a degenerate coworker who was talking about, I don't know, or some school friend who wanted you to play video games. Reduce contact with him. Doesn't have to be fully at the time, but reduce the contact so you are less likely to be taken into those bad habits. You have to realize but on your own what makes you come with an urge, what makes an urge arise in your mind. And after that, you have to come up with your own solution how to reduce or completely destroy your ability to have any contact with that certain thing. That is how you heal yourself from porn, video games, drugs, and sugar. I hope it was beneficial for you. I hope that you will be able to free yourself. If you believe that it will help you, if you believe that I helped you, you may leave a subscribe under this video so you don't miss out on future videos that will come and will be good quality. Also, my previous videos were pretty good too, I believe. My previous video was about setting up your environment, so it was more in depth about the second step of today's video. So if you want to learn more about how to free yourself out of those things with this second step, so reducing the contact, be sure to watch that. Just make your way to a better future, man. See you soon.